I'd like to welcome everybody to the casual executive briefing for New Earth, the selected business vehicle for the Meta Lifestyle movement. If you're not familiar with the Meta Lifestyle movement, please visit us at iwantametalife.com, iwantametalife.com, and you would learn all about what we're all about. So today we're going to try to take just a little bit of time and help you understand in some detail why we have selected the New Earth business model and opportunity to be our selected vehicle of choice. Before we do that, I'd like to just give you our team vision, team being both the New Earth family and the Meta Lifestyle coaching staff. So we're here to provide a shift in network marketing that revitalizes the human spirit with a model that outperforms any other option in direct sales. And we bring passion, purpose, and prosperity into the lives of those we serve. So we have a very fulfilling and powerful mission as a combined team. What we'd like to talk about is why specifically we've chosen New Earth as our vehicle. And there are seven fundamentals. There are seven fundamentals that were evaluated in our determination that this is a very unique and exciting opportunity. One was the company values, two is the financial viability, three is the management team, four the products, five the lack of marketing hype out there in the marketplace, and number six is that they have an established clear, the field has an established clear voice that is not only heard but heard and responded to by the highest levels of management, and seven, overall market timing. We hope that by the end of this presentation you are clear on these seven fundamentals and you share our enthusiasm as to why this company is so uniquely opportunity, so unique of an opportunity. First of all, New Earth has values and standards. When we look at the fact that this company is completely committed to and non-compromise committed to what is being called the Earth's first foods, and these are the original superfoods, largely built around algae and fungi. These are the fastest growing superfood and functional food market segments out there. There's a ton of research exploding in medicine and things related, and this company is way miles ahead of most other companies in their hands-on experience dealing with these food types. The other is really about standards, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this in just a few more minutes later into this presentation. But we're not just saying that we have high standards and asking you to trust our honestness. What this company is going through the very uncommon path of having outside third party, the best in the world by the way, certify them, and we're going to talk about what value that has and why that's so strategically important in selecting a long-term business partner. And as a culture, the company is built around three ideas: live, give, and grow. So what you're going to find as you do your research into New Earth is that they're not just a products company. They're not just a company built around great compensation. It's a company built around philosophy, and it's a company built around philanthropy, and it's a company built around the idea that everything to survive, everything must grow and grow in a positive way. And this is largely being driven from the top, right? The CEO of this company, you should really get to hear his family story. In fact, if you're hearing this broadcast and you'd like to hear how his family is a true rag to riches story, and we have that story on recording. It's very, very inspiring because it's really rag to riches how his family came to this country with virtually nothing, and over the course of his uncle's lifetime, they amassed a fortune of into the hundreds of millions with dozens of different companies in different areas. And the thing that should excite you about their involvement with New Earth is of all the exciting companies in their portfolio, New Earth was the one that Bilal was chartered to by this very successful family to make the family legacy. And largely that's built upon kind of what the markets this company was in, but also more importantly the fact that he and his family had been raising their children basically on some of the functional food products that this company has been pioneering in. So it's a very unique opportunity, and it's coming together in a very unique way. Jerry Anderson, the president, has over 15 years experience in in the harvesting and manufacturing part of our business that is utilized by this company. So it's not just related experience; it's direct experience, and this in itself is very, very unique in the industry. So for this company to be a brand new opportunity for people to get involved with, the people that are behind the curtain, so to speak, that do all the hard things like around manufacturing and quality control and research and development and interfacing with all the scientists and all the things that are required to have a world-class business. Our senior leadership has over a decade and a half experience in that field. And then we have Kevin Larson, which is the VP of Sales and Field Development. Kevin has over 20 years of industry experience on the marketing and the branding and the international expansion side and the direct sales side and the field side. And the thing that I'd like to point out about Kevin is after he made his name and his success in the industry, and he found himself just disenchanted with how many of the companies lost their way, and there were tricks in the comp plan. There were shortcuts people were taking in terms of products, what the offerings they were taking to market, and there were changes that were made that are not in the interest of the people that are dedicated their part and full-time efforts to building the brand of those companies. And for a long time, he kind of just looked around for something worth his time, and he was attracted by just the non-yielding, non-committal ethics of the company leadership, and that sparked his interest. But what really drew him in, what made it an irresistible thing for him to be a part of, was an incredible personal product experience. And you're going to find that to be the case with many people involved in this company. Once something piques their interest and they take a deeper look and then they try these products, once they get to the product trying part of that personal analysis, it's over. The company is definitely onto something that's very, very powerful. So let's talk about where we all are right now. And where we are right now is in the middle of synthetic and processed foods. And now people are becoming aware of the dramatic downside of these things. That's why you're seeing so many marquee, landmark, kind of American icon companies now struggling, right? Because the connotation of the educated masses is that fast food is not good for you. Now the links between diet and many of the diseases that we are becoming so very, very common, people are becoming just more educated, and they're shifting away from fast foods and processed foods and artificial foods to natural foods. So right now there's an explosion in all natural foods, and we're going to get a little bit into depth on this, because this is the engine that is driving the strategic growth of the New Earth opportunity, the awareness, the shift in awareness that people are having that all natural whole foods is the answer. In fact, when you look at New Earth and you consider New Earth and a whole food company, an all natural food company, that's when the light bulb starts to go off around what a huge opportunity it is for people to, from the comforts of their own home, to be in this all natural foods industry, in the high growth, in the fastest growing market segment in nutrition. Actually, all natural food is growing faster than diet supplements, faster than sports supplements. So one way that many people immediately make this a no-brainer opportunity, or no-brainer compelling reason to take a deep look at this, is because when you consider New Earth products as whole food, and you look at what people spend on a monthly basis by going to the whole food industry brands like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and others, then you can easily see, just by transferring a bit of your monthly spend, you can both try world-class products that are just knocking the socks off people, but at the same time try the business model. See if you can find a way to make this whole food business market expansion work in your favor. Not only, it gets better than that, right? Because not only can you just do, for many of you that understand the power of that transfer spend approach to trying this product and business model out, the company is so confident that if you try the products, you're going to know what everybody else that tries the product knows, that they actually have a 90-day empty bottle guarantee, which means that for any reason you are not satisfied with the products, you can return the empty bottle. Think about that, the empty bottle for a full refund. So there's no downside. So when you combine these two ideas, right? When you combine, you can take, an amount of your monthly spend and try it on New Earth's products. And if you're unhappy anytime in the next 90 days, although you're going to know way before that the products are amazing, before we even get into that, the minute you decide to try this home business approach to Whole Foods, the whole food industry, rather, you immediately jump into the world of tax advantages and tax breaks. So you can talk to your accountant, but there are a multitude of things that suddenly become less, not expenses, but things that you can use in your interest when it's time to pay the government your taxes, or you can at least find strategic ways to save a tremendous amount of money on your taxes. In fact, many people find there are almost up to $5,000 of available tax breaks just by having a real viable home-based business. So some people are just looking for tax breaks, and many people just launch a home-based business just for the tax breaks themselves, not to mention the profit side of business. So let's look at the industry positioning. A $36 billion and growing industry is growing at 6 to 7% annual growth. Half the people in this country are using supplements already. And that's at the beginning of what we're calling an explosion in awareness around the transition, the shift to whole foods. So we're looking at a shift that's going to happen within a shift. And it's largely happening already. And this company is strategically positioned to take advantage of it. And then I know this is a busy slide. You probably can't see all the details, but what this slide is showing you, and from government data, what this slide is showing you is that there is a continually growth of health-related challenges, health-related issues. Related to that is a continued growth of health-related expenses. And not only is it, and it's not isolated to one demographic. So it's not just about people that are over the age of 50 or 60. It's not that people that are in a certain demographic. In every demographic, there is a growth in health expenditure, and there's a growth in health-related challenges. That's probably what's driving the massive global growth of nutritional supplements. And what we want to point out in that the $32 billion that's being spent annually on supplements, only 16% of that currently is being, you can look at it two ways, that only 16% of it, if you're an optimist like we are, because we think that number is going to grow as more and more people understand the power of direct sales, but only 16% of that, or a whopping 16% of that $32 billion is being distributed through direct sales and network marketing currently. So New Earth being a very, very unique company in that industry, we think that they have a disproportionate chance of gobbling up a large percent of that 16% market share as that 16% market share continues to expand. And we predict that that is going to continue to expand for the next couple of decades. Now, why Whole Foods makes such a big difference? That's because people are now realizing that ingredients matter, that Whole Foods, that there's a difference between an isolated vitamin and you getting a vitamin from a whole food. Say it a different way, there's a complete different, your body reacts completely different than absorbing vitamin C, if you will, from an apple or an orange than it does from an isolated vitamin C pill. And the reason why that is because in nature, there is not they're not isolated ingredients in nature. So there's no such thing as a vitamin B plant or a vitamin C bush. What you get is you get these natural food products that has not only the vitamins that we need and the nutrients that we need, but the related nutrients that we need to make the primary nutrients work, and the related enzymes and all these different things that the scientists are just now starting to get their mind around. But nature had it right the first place. Nature is probably the most powerful lab in the world. So when we eat whole foods, we get all the ingredient, all the nutrients we need, and the related things we need to make those nutrients work. Now, what's also driving the whole food expansion or the awareness around whole foods is the supplement market is under extreme scrutiny because many people, I'm trying to find a politically correct way to say this and still be very, very positive in such a negative part of the conversation. But the reality is that many people do not sell what they claim to sell when you read it on the bottle. And the reason they do that is because it's very, people don't know. They know that there's a lot of information out there that says, hey, if you take, echinacea or whatever it is, it might help you with flu season. So they know as long as they put that name on the back of a bottle and put that bottle in the store, you're likely to respond to that marketing, look at the bottle, know that stuff is in there, and buy the product. The problem is there's a big, big disconnect as being undiscovered by many agencies between what is listed on a bottle and what is actually in a bottle. In fact, if you do any research at all, there are massive lawsuits now against very big household name chains because they're advertising products that do not have what they say is advertised. To take it a step further in the nutrition industry, there is a efficacy problem. What we mean by that is, there are a lot of studies out there that say that certain nutrients have an effect on the body, right? And there are lots of research around lots of things. But in those research documents, they say the research is built around specific amounts of these things. And in many cases, what many not so good companies will do is they just take the headline, right? It says that, hey, if you consume X amount of this product, it can help you with inflammation or it can help you feel better. But what they do is they put trace amounts of these products into products because, you're buying the advertising, you're buying the label, and you don't understand or you don't know, the details of all the research. So you don't know how much of a certain type of ingredient has to be consumed for it to have the advertised effect. The only way that you can really trust a nutrition company both has what it claims to have in the bottle and also that they have the amounts of the things related to the research that they claim that they're using in their marketing is to have a third party analyze and validate this. And one thing that makes New Earth stand out from the competition, not just the competition in direct sales, but the competition of nutritional products in the world. There are very few nutritional companies in the world that have as many world-class third-party certifying bodies engaged with validating their product line. So this is just six of many of some of the greatest third-party validating organizations in the world, including USDA Organic, NSF for Sport, GMP, Paleo, Halal, Kosher. These are companies that come in, sometimes announced, sometimes unannounced. They pull products from the shelf, they pull products from manufacturing, they check ingredients, they run it through their independent labs, and they validate that we are delivering to the market what we claim to deliver to the market. People, we should be able to stop. For those that understand the opportunity, the business opportunity of being involved in whole foods and natural nutrition, and for those that understand the significance of what I just said and to realize that less than 1% of the nutritional companies in the world have this type of third-party credibility, I should be able to stop the presentation right now and have you guys clamoring to participate. That's how big of a differentiator this certification piece is. So now we want to get in and talk a little bit about the difference their products are making and a little bit more about the business model. So we're going to talk about a couple of different product lines. The first is the Edge product lines. The Edge is for the high performance lifestyle. And interesting, when we say high performance lifestyle, most people jump to things like marathon runners, extreme races, martial artists, and all of these are true. Combative sports, all of these are true. The traditional baseball, football, soccer, all of those things are absolutely true. But if you really think about the demands on the body, for people that are on the success path in business, whether they're students or executives or entrepreneurs or these people, when you look at the stress they put their body under, when you look at the pace they must run on a daily basis, when you look at the amount of energy that's required, sustainable energy, when you look at the type of focus that's required for them to perform at excellent levels, the argument might be made that all of that is a high performance lifestyle. And This edge line is designed to directly support and enhance the high performance lifestyle. In addition to that, we have a foundational nutrition a product line called Essentials. And Essentials are really designed to maximize your body's natural ability to grow and heal itself and perform at optimal levels. And again, this product line is built around the two most proven and powerful and ancient food sources. This company is branding them as Earth's First Foods, but really around the different types of wild algae and wild fungi that specifically been proven to have these dramatically positive effects on the body, and they built an entire product line around these essential products. So in addition to that, we have focus products as well. One of the most exciting new introductions to the market is BioAgile. BioAgile, although it looks like an energy shot, and is easy to take, like the very popular energy shots that you see flooding the market today, it's not an energy shot. Now, people are getting energized from it, but it's designed to do something completely different. And this is one of the most exciting products that the company has brought to market, and it's brand new. But the BioAgile is designed, it's one of the first certified all-natural products designed to enhance the body-mind experience. That's the best way I can describe it, because it's all around increasing your ability to focus and your cognitive motor skills, problem solving. The byproduct of all of that stuff happening in your brain is you have this euphoric, great feeling. And when you combine all those things, you feel extremely energetic. So many people look at this product as an energy drink, but energy is just one of the byproducts of this incredible impact on cognitive support. And people in sports are loving this, because the research behind what this product is doing in terms of your physical output, your reaction time, your ability to problem solve, is really is amazing. It's just nothing short of absolute amazing. In fact, if you're talking to somebody that told you to take a look at this presentation, they can probably get you some samples of this stuff, and you can see for yourself. Some of the products, some of the ingredients in these products, this all-natural products, are just flat out astonishing when you look at what it's doing in your ability to enhance cognitive and memory. And the best thing to do is to try it for yourself, and you try to describe this amazing feeling that people are trying to articulate when they try this product. The good thing about this edge line and these specific products to enhance your performance is it's not just anecdotal evidence, and it's not just what the theory of research says should happen in the body. This company has even taken the step to do two independent case studies with two very, very taxing and aggressive groups. And these are groups that it's they work at such optimal levels all the time. So it's very hard for a nutritional supplement to have a noticeable impact on them without it being a drug, right? And without it being a stimulant. So the fact that they went into these two groups and put their money where their mouth was and had these two groups do a double-blind, a placebo study, which means they gave to CrossFitters and to Ultimate Martial Artists. They gave both of these groups products. Some people had the real nutritional products. Some people had placebos, which was, just nothing, something that would have no effect. But nobody knew what they were getting. The people that were in the CrossFitters and the martial artists didn't know if they were taking real nutritional products or fake ones. The people giving them the products didn't know. The only people that knew what they were getting were the people back in the lab that kept track of what was in what bottle by the number. The bottles didn't even have any branding. So there was no way that people could have a placebo effect, because they didn't even know what the products were marketed to do. And this was done on a very large age group of people between 21 and 50 years old. And the result of both of these studies were over the top. In both cases, there was a very dramatic increase in people's their output, or their feeling, how they felt about their workouts, or the combination of both of those. So this is a company that, again, takes the unnecessary steps to go beyond the call of duty to prove that they are who they say they are. So now that you understand how powerful these products are, and hopefully you're intrigued, we're going to jump into just a little bit of the business model. We all know that this is the chosen financial vehicle, business model vehicle of the MetaLife movement. And we've done this for a couple of reasons. One is because direct sales is a proven model to work. It's a proven model to work fast for people that are aggressive and willing to either learn or be very active. And it's a way to build a long-term sustainable and residual income. And one of the things that is exciting around a New Earth opportunity is you're catching this pretty much in the beginning. And if you understood some of just a percentage of the things that I've talked about this far in this presentation, then you should understand that this company should be around for decades and decades to come as the market expansion of this company goes beyond the United States and eventually it wraps around the world. So the fact that you are on the beginning of this train is an extraordinary opportunity. Now, the expressed goal of the MetaLife coaching staff and the MetaLife movement is to get people into what we call the top 5% of the income earners in this country, which means we get you into the top percentage, the people that are doing beyond well, right? Doing very well or extremely well into that top 1% type of lifestyle. And we mean this from the usability of your finances from a wealth perspective, right? Not just from an income perspective, but from a wealth perspective, because the income, your economic power has a lot to do with your not only just the income, but your time freedom. So we're trying to get you to a place where you can maximize both your income and your time freedom. And when we do an analysis on where the top 1% get their income from, and we break it down, the very small percentages are the things that people think of first: inheriting money, sports, entertainment, lotteries, those type of things. And even small percentages are the high-performing rainmakers in business and sales professionals, right? But even the professionals, when you throw in doctors, lawyers, and that whole group of corporate executives, we're still looking at small percentages of that 1%. The vast majority of those people make their money through business ownership. So we understand that the industry shows that to be the path to the most sustainable and powerful way to generate this kind of income and eventually wealth. So the business model is one that gives you the economic power of being in business by yourself, but the advantage of not being in business by yourself, by doing it in a networked environment and in a team environment. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to highlight just a few things of the compensation plan. We have experts in compensation as a part of the Meta Lifestyle coaching staff, and they're going to, not only walk you through understanding how the compensation works, but how you can maximize the compensation plan in the shortest period of time. But right now, we're going to just talk about the Get 3 bonus, because this is something that's for people that's easy to get their mind around, and true to the Meta Lifestyle philosophy. It works on multiple layers. Remember, Meta means above and beyond the average, but Meta also means multiple layers. And everything we do works on multiple layers or multiple levels at the same time. And that's why we're going to focus on just the Get 3 bonus. So the Get 3 bonus is just you getting 3 business partners and that come in on $150 auto shipping. We're going to talk about why that is in a second. But we have put together a specific package that around 150 auto ship, because it both gives you the amount of product that you need to know without any shadow of a doubt the impact it has on your body, so that your belief level can be unshakable in what you talk about and represent. But 2, it gives you enough product to give away product to other people so that they can experience what you've experienced, and it can add rocket fuel to the people that are willing to take a look at joining the team or learning more about the products you represent. But when you get 3 people to join your team at that level, it's a residual $50 monthly bonus. Right there off the bat, most people have to spend an enormous amount of time and money and just to get in a business where they are making $50 a month residually. And we can do that. Some people can do this in a matter of hours, because they know 3 people that they would want to work with them. And if those people took a dissect or look or analysis of our company, especially with all the stuff in the beginning is where we talked about why there is no downside to doing this, especially with the 90-day guarantee on the products and all of that, you could easily see how you could quickly get your first 3. And if you help those 3 people do the same thing, now we're talking about the really engine for growth here, you helping others. Helping others is core to our both philosophy and our behavior requirement to big income. One is because that is in line with our philosophical belief in giving back to the world and giving back to others and being valuable to the marketplace. So when you help your three get their three teammates, your residual monthly income is $300. We're talking about money that matters to people, right? That's more than let's go out for dinner once a week money, and some people that's approaching a large percentage of their car payment, and some, depending upon the type of cars people want, that is their car payment. Or that's their have a really good weekend fund, or that's their I get out of debt faster fund. But if you do that one more time and help those three people do the same thing, now you're at over $1,200 a month in residual income. Way more money than that when you actually put in all the other commissions that would come along with this, but we're just trying to focus on just the get three bonus aspect of that. So as you can see, what we wanted to demonstrate is just on those three getting three, with less than 40 people involved in your organization, your team, your team family, you're looking at over $1,200 a month in residual income. Now we're talking about life-changing income for most people. If most people had $1,200 a month addition in reliable, persistent income for the next decade, their lifestyle could change, their address could change, how they educated themselves or their children could change. So when we compare that amount of volume of those same amount of people through popular binaries out there from companies out there that are doing really well, and we think they're fine, and we're not knocking them, we're not knocking their products or their compensation plan, we're just doing a mathematical comparison to the same amount of business volume flowing through the different compensation plans. You would see that throughout just the get three portion of our compensation plan will pay out 6 times more than some of the companies out there that are doing very well with their binary structures. And when you look at a 1/3 to 2/3 binary, again, when you run the same, and that's a popular binary out there with many programs. So we're not singling out a particular company. We're just doing a mathematical comparison between the same amount of volume, our prescribed $150 a month, running through our compensation plan, just our get three bonus plan, versus the typical 1/3, 2/3 binary, and again, it's 6 times more money. Or if you compare it to a binary that has the next most common binaries are those where you get paid out a percentage of the weaker leg. And to be very, very confident in the power of our compensation plan, we assume that you have the same amount of volume you have in your power leg as you have in your pay leg, which never happens, and you get 15% of that pay leg, which almost never happens again. But even under those considerations, if you drive the same amount of volume through that scenario as you do through our compensation plan, with 4 times more money paid out just from our get three bonus. So, and that's just on the get three bonus. So we know we have some very powerful things in our compensation plan. So if you're excited about the markets we're in, you're excited about the products when you try them, and you're excited about the payout potential of our compensation plan, then what you should really get your mind around is the really big upside of getting involved with us now, and that's timing. Every company, every successful company in the industry goes through a similar path. They launch, they go through the formulation, initial growth, then they grow through this really fast period of time where they go through exponential growth before they stabilize out and then grow through a much more moderate growth. And that exponential growth happens when a company has been around long enough for people to start to know who they are, and then people start to flock to that company because, one, they want the momentum, right? For people that understands the payout potential in direct sales, the holy grail, if you will, of a company is to find a company somewhere in the beginning stages of that momentum phase, because or before that, for the strategic builders, if you can build an organization, a really big organization, whatever big means to you, before we go into momentum, the common verbiage is when you go through a momentum, you can add zeros and commas to your existing check. So if you're making a check of X, of $100, then and we went through momentum, that same effort that you've already put in before we went into momentum would probably change that $100 into $1,000 or $10,000, based upon where in momentum you were able to hit, right? That's what we call exponential growth, and that's the type of growth opportunity you have, and that's one of the main driving reasons we picked New Earth as the business opportunity, because you are finding a gem of a company, an incredibly positioned company, pre-momentum phase. I'm going to just let that sink in. So for those of you that understand what's going on, and you've visited and you understand the incredible power in just the business vehicle aspect of the meta lifestyle movement, and remember, this is just a business vehicle. There are other aspects related to the meta lifestyle movement, right? The meta mind movement, adjusting your mind to be high performance, and the meta body movement, adjusting your body. Now you can see the intimate tie-in on why we chose this company as well, because their products will directly feed into our support to you transforming your body and your levels of health. But we have two preferred ways that our teammates, the serious teammates, get started, and that's picking one of those two packages we talked about earlier in this presentation. The peak performance, the high, package for those high performance people. And remember, high performance goes beyond sports. It's also executive, students, high stress, all of that. Or the people that really want to just redo or shift or reboot, if you will, the foundation of their health. What we've done is we've worked with the companies to put these packages together that, again, give you enough product to know without a shadow of a doubt that these products have an impact. You're going to know that firsthand. You're going to feel it. And the good news is, not only are you going to feel it, you're going to be compelled to talk about what you feel. In some cases, the transformation in how you feel is so dramatic that people observing you will notice and ask you, hey, what you seem a little different. What's going on? That story is becoming so common, you would hardly believe. The other reason we picked these two packages is because as you tell the story and you treat this as a business, as we coach you to do, and we introduce people the exact same way and they do the exact same thing, then what that allows you to do is have very predictable income, so that you can look at your performance and project out into the future what income levels you're going to be at or should have a goal to be at by certain days. Predictability is fundamental in business sustainability. So this is one of the reasons why we have these two powerful packages put in place. The other is you're going to have enough product to give product away, right? And that's going to be a big part of you starting the conversation. That's going to lead you to all of your financial success here, is just having other people feel what you felt and what others have felt, what thousands of others has felt so far. And we're just getting started. So we have a very simple process for you to follow. Just make sure you get back to the person that invited you to take a look at this. Make sure that you must have goals that you are committed to enough, at least to make the initial investment. And even though there's no real downside when you look at the tax breaks they're a much bigger degree of tax breaks you get than the investment required to get started. Not to mention the 90-day empty bottle guarantee on the product side. But quite honestly, if you understand what this meta lifestyle team is all about, you will understand that just being involved with us for the next 90 days is probably way more worth the investment than you would make in that same time period, and just moving you forward in your life. So we're gonna invite you to get started with us as a company, to treat the product side of this as income transfer from your grocery budget. And if you're not in a place where you are plugging into those fast-growing food chains like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and Sprouts and all these other new companies that are building enormous billion-dollar brands around this shift to whole foods and products, we want you to treat our products as a portion of that. And in your mind, that we want you to start to feel like by being in this business, you are able to eat products at a higher quality value than many of the products in those grocery food chains for free. That's the way we want you to think about this in your mind, right? Because you can view the investment you make into this, into our team, into the business, as a business investment, and you can view the products that come along with it as your ability to eat these high high quality foods free, right? That's a great mental game to play with yourself. And then we want to challenge you. We want to challenge you to first go out and immediately find 4 people that are interested in taking the same challenge that you are. The reason why we want to do that, we want to work with you to do that as fast as possible, because by that time, believe it or not, you're in profit mode with this business. Your business isn't costing you a dime. You're actually making money on, and your products are covered. The cost of your products are covered. The cost of your business are covered, and you have extra money covered when you get that 4th business product person to come in at the prescribed level. And then when we help you expand that out to 16 people, then you are now making that what we call life changeable income. That and there will be no doubt in your mind that when you start to make that life changeable income, a couple grand a month, that of residual income, then you know that you can look out into this world and you have the economic power to truly go live a meta life, to create a meta life. And again, that's the purpose of this company, this team. Thanks everybody for taking the time to digest some of this information. We really ask that you take the time to assess your own situation, especially if you understand the goals of the meta lifestyle movement. We challenge you. No, we dare you. We dare you to go out there and create a meta life, because for those that have embarked on that and have done that, it is, from their own definition, the most worthiest endeavor they've ever pursued. Right? It's a path to actual fulfillment and happiness. It's beyond the money, guys. It's way beyond that. So we the Meta Lifestyle Coaching staff, one, commends you for taking the time to at least be curious enough to find out what this is all about. And for those of you that are willing to take us up on the challenge or the dare, we are excited to work with you quickly to help those many of the goals you have in front of you start to appear in your life's rearview mirror. Thanks a lot. God bless, and everybody have a great day.